Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to All Things Dope. My name is Chris.
Hey, and I'm Ben.
Benny with the good hair. We are back this week. A lot of great news has been coming out, man. E3 is getting closer and closer. Oh, man, so excited. What happened?
Well, actually, what happened was a supposedly map of the Red Dead Redemption 2. If
Nice.
y'all hadn't played Red Dead Redemption, the first one, or even the Nightmare Zombies, definitely go out and play it. I recommend it. So, Red Dead Redemption
It's
2,
basically Grand Theft Auto on horses.
yes,
Grand
in the
Theft Auto on horses.
Western
It's
6-shooter, carriage. It's amazing. So anyway, so they're talking about a reveal for E3. But as y'all know, or should know, Rockstar, they're not one to really show up at E3.
Right, it's not really their thing. But
Yeah.
Rockstar has also teamed up with another team.
Take Two actually may be there to reveal the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, spoiler, or teaser.
Right. Because they're excited about this project. I mean, they want to get in front of it. They want to, hype the fans up, especially with everything that's been going on between Xbox and PlayStation 4. This kind of brings that to, some unison because it's going to be multi-plat, so it's going to be a multi-platform game. Everybody will be able to jump in on it. I'm super excited. I didn't play the first Red Dead Redemption myself personally. That was like when I was fresh in college, so for me, I just wasn't even thinking about it. But after hearing everything Ben's told me, after what I've seen online, I'm pumped. Grand Theft Auto in the West.
Well, and this is going to
Guns.
be the new console game. So
Right.
Grand Theft Auto 5, came out with the previous console.
Right.
So this will be a fresh new generation remake. It's going to be HD. It's going to look
be super nice.
super pretty and crispy.
Especially with that PS Neo.
Yeah.
Jab. All right. All right. So the other cool things that have been happening this week, especially like in movie news, been a lot of big movie news. But the biggest movie news that's come out, as far as like comic book movies and stuff like that, has been Thor Ragnarok. They've added a serious cast to this movie. We got Kate Blanchett. We got Mark Ruffalo. He's confirmed. That's been confirmed. Okay.
Yep.
We have what's his name? Jeff Goldblum. Man, Jeff Goldblum. I freaking love Jeff Goldblum. And then of course we got Judge Dredd himself, Carl Urban. So I am super excited about that because number one, Carl Urban. I don't get me wrong. Some of the movies that he's made, it's kind of but I'm gonna give it a chance because of Carl Urban.
Yeah.
So to see him pop up in a Marvel movie. Man, I hope it's awesome. But I feel like they might give him a minor role, kind of like they did with Crossbones in Civil War. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not a huge role. That's not a spoiler alert. But yeah. So what are you thinking, man? What do you think about this Thor Ragnarok?
You know what? I am excited. Just the storyline itself, I had to read up on it. I wasn't really sure about what Ragnarok was.
Right.
And if you don't know, Ragnarok basically is the death and rebirth of Asgard.
Right.
And of course, Asgard not knowing that there's a cycle going every so often. All of them die.
Right.
They all rebirth.
Right.
So this is going to be exciting. Apparently, I guess Thor is going to start knowing what.
Right. He's going to start having some memory flashes of the idea that this isn't the first time that he's done this. This isn't the first time that he's gone here. He's gone there. So that's kind of cool. That's a really cool theme to kind of go with. But the other thing that's kind of crazy is like, how do they fit the Hulk in here, right? Because it says it's gonna be more Hulkier.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be Hulkier. So
they were even saying something of it being like a Hulk movie, like
like a Planet Hulk.
Yeah, Planet Hulk. There you go.
Yeah. And then that kind of spun into Ragnarok because the distributing rights for the Hulk lies with Universal, and of course Universal isn't putting out movies that Marvel is making money on.
Right.
So the only way that they can really use the Hulk is in conjunction with another group of heroes, which is why he can show up in the Avengers, no problem.
Right.
He can show up in Iron Man 3, no problem.
But he can't have his own movie.
It's not his solo movie, which kind of sucks because I would love to see a Planet Hulk. I know my cousin Zach would freak out if he saw a Planet Hulk. That's like his dude. So to see a Planet Hulk, somewhat of a Planet Hulk, because I'm sure they'll go kind of buddy cop route, is intergalactic road trip buddy cop movie.
Right.
Think about Lethal Weapon on the road in space
with superheroes.
That mug is going to be awesome because you got to think, the storyline of Planet Hulk. What it is essentially is Hulk is told from the Avengers, specifically Iron Man and everybody else behind him, you are too dangerous for the Earth. we need you to go elsewhere.
To leave.
So they basically, send him off planet, send him to, outer space. He's just kind of floating around out there. He's the Hulk. He doesn't really die, right? He's tried to kill himself. He can't die. So he ends up on this planet, this war planet, where basically huge, colossal, like Roman Empire, colossal fights happen. He goes in there, starts taking everybody out left and right, and ends up ruling this planet.
Yeah.
So it's actually really cool. So I'm excited to see if they end up in that kind of scenario where he's on one planet and Thor sees him from Asgard, you know what I mean? Because he can, contact Heimdall, he can see everybody. So it should be interesting what they do with it. I don't know how they're going to fit it in, but I'm down. I'm down, baby.
So am
I am super down, especially because neither one of those guys were in Civil War, and specifically because they're overpowered. I mean, you think, Thor, nobody's stopping Thor. No. Nobody's stopping the Hulk. You can't be on the side that doesn't have the Hulk. So that's the reason they were out of the movie. It just didn't make sense for them to be in the movie.
Yeah.
But speaking of Civil War, one of the best things that came out of that movie was Black Panther.
The introduction of Black Panther.
Yeah, and it was an amazing introduction. Even better than Spider-Man for me personally. I thought, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man is definitely dope in Civil War, but Black Panther in Civil War, to me, stole the show.
Yeah.
He felt almost like, at one moment, and this is a bit of a spoiler for like 2 seconds. So there's one part where Tony Stark is flying to go find Cap. And so you see him fly off, and then right underneath the clouds, he's in there. It reminded me of like Boba Fett in like Star Wars, like just chasing after Han Solo. Like it felt really dope. All right, spoiler alert is over. All right, so real quick, it was done. Anyways, but that introduction to Black Panther was awesome because not only did we get to see that he's now a king, but also a warrior, and very skilled warrior at that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really stopped Black Panther. Nobody put Black Panther down. He got, some things held up from him a little bit, but that nobody stopped him. So it's pretty awesome, especially because they are also taking that movie super duper serious.
Yes.
Ryan Coogler from Creed, Fruitvale Station, has partnered up with his muse, Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
To be the villain. That's confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that last scene in Civil War, if that tells you anything how Black Panther is going to be, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, man.
That scene cool. of Wakanda and the wilderness, that was nice.
Right.
So,
yeah, absolutely. So to be able to see them, not only is Marvel 100% behind Ryan Coogler, but to know that they're bringing some heavy hitters into this movie. And I know that there are going to be a lot more heavy hitters coming along the way because Black Panther... For Ryan Coogler, what he said has been, this is the most personal movie that I've made in my life. Because he's followed the comics, he knows that Black Panther is the first black superhero of all time. Sorry, Falcon, but it's Black Panther. Falcon got introduced into the movies first, but it's actually Black Panther. He was the very first. He actually showed up in a Fantastic Four comic. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy to think about, 60s? Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that he showed up in Fantastic Four comics. He was a Fantastic Four character for a long time before he actually got his own spinoff and went on and did those things. So, super awesome. I'm excited about it. What kind of stuff did you want to see from the Black Panther movie?
I'm not really I'm not very knowledgeable about
Black Panther enthusiast, yeah.
But I do want to see maybe hint at the fact that how you become Black Panther. Of course, it's hereditary, so it runs in the family, right? So and only like the royalty of Wakanda can be Black Panther. Right. So I'm kind of wanting to see some of that too. Right. Not so much an origin story, but just so that we can visualize how he became to be Black Panther. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. I want to see Michael B. Jordan do a turn. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to be kind of friends for a while, and then I just want him, like in the third act, just to flip the script and just go bad. I want him essentially to be Loki.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, think about that for a second. Because Loki, Tom Hiddleston, he's on his way out. Thor Ragnarok, this is going to be his last movie. Yeah. But that movie is stacked, and it's going to end well. The first Thor was awesome. Second Thor, not so awesome. But the third Thor, I think, can be amazing. Especially because Tom Hiddleston said this is his last Marvel movie. So, unless they contract him to bring him back, I'm sure he'll always want to come back. Everybody loves a paycheck. But Michael B. Jordan, if he can take that role of a Loki, that would be super awesome.
That would be.
But in any case, man, you know what? There's been a lot of really cool things happening this week. One of the biggest things happened this past weekend with Preacher. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it, but Ben is going to spotlight it for us, kind of fill you in on the news.
Without any spoilers, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but basically, if you don't know, The Preacher is a comic. Seth Rogen and Evans, they've picked up The Preacher. They've created the show loosely based on the comic. So it's not going to be a direct adaptation of the comic. But they are... Basically, it's a Texas preacher named Jesse. And you have this Genesis, as a guy named basically a spawn of the demon and a angel named Genesis, who's searching for a host. And so he comes to Jesse, who's in Texas, who has a congregation of his own, and is feeling out. He's feeling down and out of. He's feeling like he's going to quit. He's not going to be a preacher anymore. So anyway, Genesis gets in him and as a host, takes him as a host, and gives him power. And the power to basically tell people what to do. Kind of like Jessica
Jones.
Purple
Man.
Man. Okay. Jessica Jones. So basically, whatever he tells his congregation, they will do. So Seth and Evans, they've kind of twisted it a little bit because basically in the original comics, he goes out, he's searching for God. God has left his position in heaven. And so, this is crazy, by the way. So
y'all super crazy deep cut. Oh my gosh. All right.
So that's the original comic. So in the original comics, the preacher is going and searching for God. But in this adaptation, they're actually going to focus on his congregation and the people that go to his church, and him basically trying to fix what's going on with all these people's lives. So the first episode is amazing, a great introduction to the series, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some people are saying that this is AMC's true follow-up to Walking Dead.
Yes.
Because eventually Walking Dead will end, and so if Preacher can kind of fill that void, then that would be awesome. I am excited to watch it. I know that this is, kids, if you're watching this is not for you.
Definitely not for you.
It's definitely a hard R from my understanding of the show. So definitely not for you. Please make sure you follow that. Nothing more important to us. We have kids, so we shield them from that. So we would ask that you also be shielded. But in any case, I am super excited for it because I'm an adult and I can watch those things.
There's an encore episode coming up this Sunday, and afterwards we're gonna have an interview with Seth and Evan. So just check it out. I recommend it. It's on AMC.
Definitely. And man, it's been a great week. I know that there are a lot more things to come. We will keep you guys filled in. I know E3, a lot of big things are coming. I even heard last night possible Injustice Gods Among Us 2. Woo! But we won't say any more about that.
That's going to be good.
That's confirmed. But man, that would be awesome.
That would be.
I would like to see them bring that game because of Injustice Gods Among Us, Mortal Kombat X came.
Yes.
So these things happened because that game was amazing. So I'm excited to see what they do with the Injustice Gods Among Us 2. Because I know the graphics will be way more updated. More updated. Because it'll be the same thing that Red Dead Redemption had, right? That was released for previous consoles. Now to have it for the new consoles, man, I'm excited to see that.
Me
so
too.
Definitely a lot of big news coming out of E3.
We will have a video next week about all things E3. We're probably gonna have just E3, right? Maybe?
Right. We'll probably go over E3 unless something else dope comes out. But remember, this is all things dope. So we're going to talk about everything that we want to talk about. That's what we do here. So in any case, guys, thank you so much for watching this week.
And if you liked anything, of course, drop a like down at the bottom.
Absolutely.
And of course, comments. Let us know what you guys think about our videos. Thank you so much for watching.
We out, baby.
Peace.